from high, I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm God, I've been far away. I'm Illuminati and I'll make the most out of waves. I've been dreaming of my brain for a long time. I had a vision from the place they want a coastline. Artificially intelligent new AI. From your picture fashion fashion, I'm a fine line. Never listening, cause it's illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just go. I don't need gravity, I just need go. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I
Hello, you cunts. I'm back. Well, not permanently. I'm not going to be doing this permanently. Fuck that. I done told you a long time ago. I'm done with match reviews. But, here's the thing. Pedro is unavailable. So, yours truly has to get the Superman cape back on, innit? Have to get the Superman cape back on and save the day. Because it's quite ironic that Stell's got his Superman cape back on, because this club needs saving, doesn't it? It needs saving. Welcome to No CHOFTES. Edo, see, I haven't done that in a long time. That felt good. What's going on, boys and girls? What is happening? Gulli, what's going on, bro? Andreamu, what's happening? Listen, I'm sorry, everyone, because I know some people have been asking where's Stell, yada, yada, yada. I called it quits. I was done. And I'm still done. But I'm stepping in. I'm like a substitute of a substitute. Okay? Done with this shit. Yeah? Done with this club. Hence the reason why I've been doing members area stuff and Patreons, and that gives me the opportunity to plug that shit. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, tell your NOUNA, because Pedro's going to be back soon. He might jump on in a bit, I don't know, fuck it. But smash that like button, comment, join our Patreon, €3 a month. You get to see the analysis videos, interviews. We've got the European Games coming up, and guess who has got journalists lined up to talk about our opponents? Every single opponent, by the way. Kosovans, Germans, fucking Austrians, Swiss, we've got everything. We're like, I was going to say the United Nations, really, but Switzerland isn't even in the EU. Fuck that shit for a laugh. Anyway, don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram at No CHOFTES, and our membership area, 99 cents a month for Power Up. But the gloves are fully off. Marilenamu, I'm back temporarily, darling. Don't worry, I ain't going to be here for long. Really and truly. What's going on, George Moore? What's going on? So, where shall we begin? Shall we begin with a straightforward victory against a team that we should be beating? Put it this way. Let's get it right. To our team's credit, we kind of slipped up, didn't we? Austria is on. Austria is on what? You're on drugs, man. Move out of the way. Edo, Mario, my guy. So, let's get it right. Last season, we dropped points against Paralimni, didn't we? We lost at home. So let's get it right. We beat Akritas. All right, first game of the season against Ethnigor. Do you want me to go into that? Ain't fucking doing it. Fuck it. It's done. But here's the thing. Today, there's a few changes. Aguzul came in at centre-back. We saw Hagi Giovanni, not Hagi Vasiliu. Not him. No, it might have been Hagi Vasiliu because he scored. And Hagi Giovanni, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. But anyway, he got on the score sheet. Even Maier. I said he needs to get 15 goals this season. If he doesn't, then get the fuck out of here. But hey, scored a cracking goal. And to be honest, the first 15, 20 minutes looked a bit cagey, didn't it? We didn't look totally comfortable. We didn't look convincing. We passed the ball well. It was a little bit sloppy at times. And to be honest, we played against a team that we knew were going to defend deep, right? We're going to get men behind the ball because that's what happens. when these teams come to the Gazibi and they play us, these smaller teams, they get men behind the ball and they say to us, break us down. And for a long time, we've been like, we don't know how to. But hey, today, got a lovely goal, opening goal. Great work down the left-hand side. And Maya, he sent that fucking defender to Jumbo, didn't he? Sent him that way, fucking spun him off, put it bottom corner, lovely, 1-0. And then afterwards, you just knew it was going to be straightforward, innit? Just knew. Because aside from, you know, a couple of half chances they had, they weren't really going to threaten us. And guys, I'll be real with you, yeah? The way we've been conceding goals over the past year and a half, it wouldn't have surprised me if they got the ball out wide, popped it in the box, and Romo put the ball in the back of the net. But they didn't have it. I mean, Fabi made a great save at 1-0. And then we made it 2 before half-time. And then it was just feet up, relaxation time. And then relaxation time. Semedo made it 3. Jegani, substitutions, left, right, and centre. Kill the game off, blah, 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 blah. We do know how to beat small teams now, isn't there? So hopefully, you know, first win of the season, kick on from there and then see what happens. We saw some freaky results recently, haven't we? Obviously, Buffalo lost tonight to Apollon. Ari are probably laughing now. They win tomorrow. That's 3 wins out of 3, if they win, that is. Timmy the Terrorist is back. Sorry, I had sushi earlier, so I got some fucking shit stuck in my teeth. So it's still early days. And all right, we lost the first game of the season, but Buffalo took an L today. So, all right, we're level points. They got a game in hand, whatever, fuck it. Ostora, we're all right. We're looking all right. Yeah? But here's the thing. This summer, the transfers, the way that we've done business, the way we've gone about things, very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. And I'm sure Pedro has spoken about this on numerous occasions. But even though there's been big changes in the background, what else has changed? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what else has changed? Because the transfer activity, with the exception of maybe last season where we got things done pretty early. I mean, pre-season, we got 4 or 5 deals done before. In fact, I think we got 4 deals done before the Gudaisi game. And we needed to get them done. And then the year before, when Janssen came in, he just went bonkers and just signed players left, right, and centre. But this summer, it's been underwhelming. It really has been. And I get it. There's players that are tied into contracts. It was difficult for the club to get rid of the players, blah, 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 blah. But really and truly, with the exception of Mae, who, all right, a lot of fans wanted, I'm still not convinced. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is a guy that did absolutely nothing at Stoke City. All right, he went on loan in Austria and did okay. But he struggled in Stoke, right? However, he got on the score sheet today, which is something that we need. We need a bagsman, and hopefully he can do that job. And obviously Tankovic has come in. And I'll tell you what, for those of you watching that are in the members area, I'm going to repeat what I said on that very pod when we signed him. Don't call it a master stroke, boys and girls, because I've seen people talking all sorts of bollocks online. Oh, Gire Broedre, congratulations, Sikharidiria, you got this deal done. It fell on their lap. There was no intention on signing Tankovic. As far as everyone was aware, even Tankovic, up until the Champions League squad was announced, he was going to be a Buffalo player for at least a year. His contract is up in May. And whatever happened, and we swooped. All right, we're the first ones to react. What is that? Is that a big deal? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a cracking signing. Absolutely cracking signing. And I'll use the same analogy as I used before. It's like when Man United signed Cantona. Could be a similar kind of thing. You know, in fact, the situation is very similar because if you know the story, it was Martin Edwards talking to Howard Wilkinson, because Wilkinson at Leeds wanted Dennis Owen at Man United, and that wasn't happening. And Ferguson was sat in the same room as Martin Edwards, and he said to him, ask about Cantona. And Wilkinson was like, yeah, we'll sell him for $1 million. And there you go. So perhaps it was a similar kind of situation. We found out, or powers that be found out, that Tankovic was pining to leave. He wasn't happy. And we made our move. And we got him. All right, congratulations. We got him. But let's not make out it was some kind of masterstroke. Okay? They got lucky. They got lucky. But anyway, so with the exception of Tankovic and Maier, what else? Who else excites you? We saw Aguzul today make his debut. He looked all right. He looked okay. You know, if you go in the Patreon, I had a Polish journalist on that told us about him. You know, a player that played in Poland. And he said some very promising things about him. And obviously, it's going to take time for him to understand the league, to understand how things are done. Listen, no disrespect to the Polish league, but I think our league, in terms of quality, is slightly better than the Polish league now. So there you go. Now, Tony's mentioned Eiting. And do you know what, Tony? I'll be 100% honest with you, right? Until you mentioned him, I forgot that we signed him. Not because he's a bad player. It's just that it feels like, an eternity that we signed him. And again, when we signed him, I'm sitting there thinking, 2 knee surgeries. I don't know. But in all fairness, I think he's done very well. I think he's got used to our style of play very, very quickly. He's clearly a box-to-box midfielder. He loves to drop deep, loves to get forward, loves to support the attack. And from what I've seen in our style of play, especially going forward, we like to take risks. Our fullbacks like to overlap. Semedo tucks in central to support the striker. Even Maier today was dropping deep to collect the ball, to win the ball. The system that we played today was pretty bang on, in all fairness. At the start, it looked like a 4-4-2 when we were pressing, 4-4-1-1 off the ball. You know, Evandro was dropping deep to collect. When he was doing that, Semedo would drift in central. Gitzel would get on the outside. It looked good. Big difference from the other week against Ethnigor, where we shit the bed and the coach shit the bed. Absolutely fucking shit the bed. I'm sorry. Fucked it. Big time. Absolutely fucked it. But hey, the past is the past, right? It's done. There's nothing we can do about it. You need to move on. So what's next? We've got Ajax midweek. And after their performance tonight, got to be a little bit confident, right? I mean, with the greatest respect, with Chacon being injured, then listen, he's a fantastic little player. And I really wish him well, because that wasn't pretty. That wasn't pretty at all. But without him, they looked a little bit toothless down their left-hand side. And if we can get it right down our right, we can cause them problems. But see, here's the thing. Our right-hand side is now a problem, isn't it? And yeah, people are going to say, well, Tankovic is here. Yeah, Tankovic is here. But is that going to be his position? We still don't know. I mean, effectively, he has been a right winger for Buffon, but he's also played as a 10. He's also played on the left-hand side. Is he going to be the versatile player that Mr. Berg was talking about? He wants versatility in the squad. There you go, got versatility. But can Tankovic do that right winger role that we require in this particular system? And I'm talking about the tracking back. I'm talking about the energy levels, winning tackles. Because a certain player who's about to leave has been doing that. But hey, let's run back some of the goals. In fact, let's run back the goals before we talk about that thing. So, first goal, there we go. Down the left-hand side. And as I said before, we look very, very threatening down that left-hand side. That's a great little run there from Semedo. Good ball there. And look at that twist. He's done him, hasn't he? He's done him. Absolutely done him. And do you know what? They were complaining for a free kick. I'm thinking, no, he's just made him look like a total prick. He's done him. See ya. I love that though, man. I love seeing that. They just put him on his fucking ass. And that's a great finish as well. Absolutely fantastic finish. And again, credit to Semedo as well. Listen, Semedo's out of contract in the summer. He's got a World Cup coming up potentially, but he looked pretty sharp today. Second goal, again, down our left-hand side. Good give and go between Semedo and Gitso. This is a cracking ball. And look at this, back stick. My goodness, this is something I've been complaining about for a long time. Why don't we ever get a man back stick? I mean, that's a great delivery. Look at that. Keeper didn't know what the fuck to do. But, guys, I'll just rewind it. But, guys, for those of you in the Patreon, and I'm sure there are many of you watching now that are in the Patreon, you'd have seen the pre-game analysis I did. And I said, don't be surprised if they shit the bed down the flanks when we cross balls in the box because they can't handle them. And do you know what's funny about it? I only got that, how can I put it, assessment from 2 highlight videos that were put on Sida Vision. One was less than 2 minutes long, and the other one was about 3 minutes long. And I knew exactly how their back line was going to be, and especially the goalkeeper. He's not the Pope. He didn't come for crosses. Just saying. Anyway, this is what happens, isn't it? This is what happens. When you know ball, you can spot things from a mile away. And this is why this is the Alpha Pod. Sorry, everyone else can use AI to get their stats. We got them. We got the stats and the facts. And when you spell stats backwards, it's still stats. So we do it front ways and back ways. Just saying. Front door, back door. Chocolate starfish. Anyway. Get my fucking mug there. Right. So, that was the goal. Happy days. Happy like a pig in shit. Haji Vasili, innit, Rebedro? Haji Vasili. What a baller. Look at that. That's a great ball from Gitso. And he's been sensational this season as well. Let's get it right. He's matured very well. He's become more aggressive, especially in his attack. And again, I think that's credit to the head coach. See, I'm giving him his flowers, man, even though I still think he's one of the 4 horsemen. You know who the other 3 are. And the 4th goal, again, great build-up. Maya with the assist to Semedo. And what I like most about this goal is Semedo didn't fuck around. He didn't take that extra touch. He didn't slow it down. He took 2 touches and then the 3rd to set himself up and smash it in the bottom corner. That's what we need. Because, listen, Semedo is a fantastic player, right? We can't doubt it. We can't dispute it. But the one criticism I have of him is sometimes he overcomplicates things. And a player of his experience and knowledge of the game, don't just do the basics. You've got trickery. You've got that burst of pace. And as we saw there, that extra touch, he just set himself up. Do that more often. Run at defenders. Because as my mate Rodri Giggs, love you, Rodri, and Joey Barton, bang on the other day, you know what I'm talking about if you're watching. Rodri always says, pace kills. Defenders do not like pace, especially slow defenders. And especially defenders that have only been playing together for the last 2-3 months. So he's got that turn of pace. He's got that injection of pace. But the frustrating thing about Willy Semedo is sometimes he holds on to the ball for too long. He brings it in too slow. Or he takes too long waiting for the overlap, rather than using his initiative and saying, look, I can't see anyone running over my shoulder in support, so I'm going to take it myself. He overcomplicates things. And when you do that, you miss your opportunity. But that's how you do it. It reminded me of the goal that he scored against, I think Ayers. It was against Ayers a couple of years ago. We just switched it on the left and smashed it at top bins. Cracking player. Back in another player that's out of contract in the summer. And with the World Cup looming and his nation on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup, with him certainly being in contention to be called up, are we going to see a little drop-off come January, February time? I hope not. And I'm not suggesting he's going to do that. Although, thinking logically, It's your first and only opportunity to play in a World Cup. Are you going to want to go full pelt? And again, this isn't questioning his commitment to the club. If he does have a drop-off in March and April, fair fucks, because I would do exactly the same if my country were in a World Cup and I was playing. I would do the same. But I think this is where Henning Berg is going to manage the squad as best as he possibly can. Because I'm pretty certain in the back of his mind, he's thinking, well, either Semedo is going to have a dip in form because he's played a lot of games already this season, or he's got one eye on the World Cup, or he's got one eye on a move, or maybe Omonia have offered a contract which isn't great in comparison to other clubs. We just don't know. But this is where anticipation and planning is pivotal. It's important, because if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. There you go. Got it out eventually. Speaking of failing to prepare, we're going to do this now, yeah? Shall we do this? If you want me to talk about the Golden Boy, who wants me to talk about the Golden Boy? Just put a yes if you want me to talk about the Golden Boy. Because I'm happy to end the stream right now. I've only done 21 minutes, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll give you guys a few moments to decide whether you want me to talk about the Golden Boy, because I got some things to say. And I don't know if people are going to like it. I don't know if people are going to like it. I don't know if anyone at the club is watching this podcast now. Maybe they saw that I'd left and they noticed that Pedro was doing it all in Greek and being very, very calm and very, very, how shall we say, objective. And maybe they thought, we're going to start watching again, and then they see my face. Anyone there is watching? Screenshot it. I already spoke about it. Yes, I did speak about it, Michali. I did speak about it. Yes, I did, in the members area. Because I speak about a lot of things in the members area, don't I? Things that they don't like me talking about. Little fucking snowflakes getting in their fucking feelings. That's why I stopped doing this fucking pod. Fucking administration full of crybabies. Snowflakes. Right. Yes. Yes, Rogumare. Yes. Separate de blah blah. It's not de blah, it's de blah blah. I really like what I've seen from Gidsaw. I think he's going to be our best player this season. Well, if he doesn't get injured, Alex, or burnt out, you know, it's about in-game management. Yeah? It's all about strength, conditioning, fitness, volume, load. Fortunately, he's not being called up to the Greek national team. Contrary to what people have been saying, he's going to get called up to the Greek national team. Not while he's playing for Omonia. Okay? And have you seen the players that play at left back for the Greek national team? You think he's going to overtake them while he's at Omonia? I think people are living in a dream world. Dream. Wet dreams as well. Creaming the bed. Marilena says yes. Listen, if Marilena says yes, I cannot argue with Marilena. I'm not going to argue with her. I'm not going to argue. Undecided, you're a disgrace. Tusure. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's run it. Let's run something. Let's hear what one of the four horsemen has to say.
I am not too sure if the transfer window is completely over, unfortunately. We had a player today that was not mentally ready to play, Luiso, and he wants to leave.
Right, let's stop it right there. He wasn't mentally ready and he wants to leave. So what changed in the last 48 hours? Because if I remember correctly, our press officer went on the radio to say that we received an offer. They haven't entertained it. Blah, 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 blah. You got people on Facebook and social media claiming that there's an offer on the table and the player has got no problem with the administration. Funny that. Are people being told to say things? Is that what it is now? Are people on social media being told to say things? Is this what we're doing now? Or is it just, well, I've heard from someone that told me someone that knows the dog of knows what? But anyway, let's carry on. This is delicious. Absolutely fucking delicious.
And there is an offer. So we will see what will happen. Normally he would have been with us today, but he could not.
Could not or would not? There's a difference. Could not tells me that he was carrying an injury. Yeah? I thought, didn't Mr. Berg say the other day, Berg didn't say it. There was a report the other day that he was being protected. That was what one of the outlets was saying, right? He was being protected because he'd played a lot of games. Yeah? So, are people being told to say these things?
And the squad, the rest of the squad is okay?
The rest of the squad is okay. When he says okay, does he mean their mentality is okay? Does it mean that they're content? Or does it mean that the squad is just okay? Not good, not top, not excellent, but just okay. But anyway, perhaps I'm looking into this too much. And I know Bedro's going to message me later saying, oh, Stel, you're too much. You're not going to see much of me in this main area. So I'm going to fucking go down in a blaze of glory.
We will play many games, but it's not like we play game every day. And we have a good fitness level for our players.
Remember this, on the 13th of September 2025, we have a good fitness level for our players and we don't play games every day. So let's see if we start getting muscular injuries, hammies start popping, start pinging, the treatment table is full of people just queuing up. Maybe we're going to outsource our fucking physios. I don't know. Staff seem to be leaving lately, walking. Have we got anyone in the background? But let's see, because I'm going to remember this. We have good fitness levels. Because if the fitness levels drop, whose fault is it? Is it the training? Or is it the lack of preparation and recruitment in the summer, which I've been saying for a long, long time, is going to be our Achilles heel? But hey, what the fuck do I know?
For sure, we have a squad to be used, and we can change if we want to.
We have a squad that can be used. We'll change if we want to. So, Mr. Berg, if, God forbid, something happens to Fabi, who comes in? Who comes in? Onana, Mark II? If Masura gets injured, is Dyunku going to be able to find his contact lenses? If Gitso pulls up with an injury because he's played too many games, are you going to trust Hamas? If Semedo gets injured or gets burnt out, are you going to trust Mushalovsky? Oh, wait, that's the lad that you dumped from the European squad. Okay. What happens if Ryan Meyer picks up an injury? Because we know that at Stoke, he had a few fitness worries. You're going to trust Stepinski to come in after the way you've treated him or the club has treated him? I'm just asking the questions here. I'm not meaning to worry people or upset people or cause any anxiety or get people in their feelings. Yeah. But you tell it like it is, because facts don't care about feelings.
I don't know what will happen. I know there is an offer from Israel.
No, Mr. Berg, you do know what's going to happen. You've known for a while it's going to happen. And we've known for a while it's going to happen. In fact, we've known for a couple of years what's going to happen. I actually believe, in my heart of hearts, that the moment that lad signed that new contract until 2026, that was going to be his last contract at Omonia. Just saying.
I know Luiso wants to play abroad. I know that he was not mentally ready to play this game.
He wants to play abroad. Well, the club that he's linked with is certainly abroad. Probably not the safest place to go to right now, but okay. But he wasn't mentally ready. Funny that, because I seem to remember before they went on pre-season, when Omonia TV was filming the players in their first training session, they interviewed Henning Berg when the sprinklers went off. Henning Berg was saying that he was happy with the attitude, with the mentality. In fact, if you watch the members area, we did Berg bingo, didn't we? The amount of times he said he's happy with the attitude, happy with the mentality. Well, did he lie about that as well? Or did circumstances change in the past few days? Again, smoke and mirrors. You cannot bullshit a bullshitter. And I'm calling them out live in the main area, not behind the paywall. Because if you go in the members area, again, for 99 cents a month, you'll see all of the pods I've done the last 2 years, including Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. When I shamed them, shamed every single one of them, I don't give a fuck. Come at me, bro.
It was not possible. Luiso has been with this club for many years now, and there have been situations in the past as well, disagreements between him and the club. And I can understand, and we can, if we improve and we develop a young player, and he can go to a better league, better team, to improve his career and to take the next level, we understand 100%.
Really? That's interesting, because he wanted to improve his career and take it to another level after the Antwerp game. But we know what happened there. The club wanted too much money for him, and the move didn't happen. Well documented. Remember what happened the following summer? Was it the following summer or the summer after? Summer after, I think it was, when he decided, I don't want to play. Whatever. The lad has been pining for a move for a long time. And I try and see both sides of the coin here. On the one hand, I see a player that wants to better himself, to go to a different country, to develop, doesn't want to stay in Cyprus. Okay, whatever. But on the other, I see a club that sees a cash cow, that sees a club, sees a player that they've overvalued, and they've pissed him off. Now, the club was well within their rights to do so. He's under contract. So I'm not saying for one moment that the club is fully to blame for this situation. But I'll tell you what, they burnt bridges, haven't they? They burnt a very, very big bridge.
If you are going not to the next level, but to another level similar or below us, and to Israel now, is more difficult to understand. But okay, these players, they have advisors.
I'm going to stop it there. Now, we know what's going on in Israel at the moment. You don't need me to talk about it. If you want to go to Israel and play for a club that's just been promoted, fine. I mean, in the members area, I was talking about the last time Hapoel Tel Aviv last won a league title or even a cup. And in the past, they've been very, very successful in the 60s and the 80s, in the 90s. But this is a club that isn't competing in Europe. I don't know what's happening in their league at the moment. I don't know where they are in their league. I guess I should look into that, to be honest. But let's get it right. And this is something I said in the members area. Perhaps people aren't thinking. The fact that that lad would want to go to a club in a country that is somewhat controversial at the moment. Again, I'm not going to go into that. To go to a club that isn't competing in Europe, what does that tell you about how desperate he is to leave? What does that tell you about the state of this club? That a player of his quality would want to go to that country with what's going on out there, with how uncertain things are. It's a strange one, isn't it? But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna add something to this. Could be a stepping stone. Or what do you mean, still? Well, perhaps he's just going to be parked there until January or maybe next summer, and the club's going to sell him for more money, and obviously our club is going to have like a sell-on fee included in the transfer if and when it happens. Because me personally, I can't see him staying there for more than a year. And again, if you look at Cypriots that have gone to play in that league, I think Garol was only there a year, if that. And other players, do they stay there a long time? And now if you follow the This Is Mappa X account, there's been a lot of Hapoel Tel Aviv fans messaging, asking for information about the player, where does he play, blah, 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 blah. So they're clearly excited about the lad joining them. For me, it just seems like a very, very strange decision for him to make, again, given the circumstances. But once again, I repeat, it shows you the state of this club, that he wants to leave to go there rather than stay at Omonia. Is the relationship between the player and the club so fractured that he would risk everything, just to leave? Because let's get it right. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'm sorry if people are going to get offended or whatever. But he didn't pull up any fucking trees when he went to the Netherlands, did he? And that's a different level. Didn't pull up any trees. They sent him packing. Now, perhaps he'll do well in Israel. We never know. Time will tell. But I repeat, seems a little bit weird for me that he'd want to leave this club to go to that club. And again, forget where they're from or where they're based in terms of their level. Because Berg is right, in a way. History for history, pretty similar. But in terms of current Big 2025, we're in the Conference League. They've just got promoted. Anyway.
And these advices, there are many different advices. There are some top ones. I am sure that the one he had, they are not the top ones, because the advices that he's given now, I completely disagree.
Now, here's where the can opens and the worms go everywhere. His advisors. Well, I don't know who Loiza's agent is now. Don't know, couldn't give a fuck. Okay? Couldn't give a shit. But here's the thing. There are some advisors that are top, correct? There are some agents that do some incredible work, and they deserve every penny they get, especially the ones that manage to get one player like 10 transfers in a fucking career. It's incredible. just hopping from club to club, bed to bed, like it's fucking Katie Price. But what if Loiza's advisors or advisor or agent isn't the agent that is working closely with Omonia to bring in players? Isn't the chosen intermediary? Is that what it is? Is this what we're doing now? Would they prefer Loizo to swap his agent and go to one that is very close with the club so that, you know, they can do all of their business that way? Like they've done with various other players? Maybe they want him to have the same advisor as Tajuri Shradi or Barker or Besedin or I don't know. As I said before, it's a strange decision for the lad to make, given the circumstances of the club that he is allegedly joining. But at the same time, as Mr. Berg said, he wants to move abroad. For me, let him go. Because I said it a long time ago, long time ago, on this very podcast, on this very free area. This club has become a graveyard. And any youngsters that want to develop, get out as soon as you possibly fucking can. Go to another club, even if it is in Cyprus. Go to a club that's got ambitions. That isn't going to do this whole smoke and mirrors bollocks. Because let me tell you something. How this club has behaved towards supporters, over the past couple of years. Players do find out about these things. And again, I don't know what's happened in the past between Loizo and his people and the club. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But the fact remains, our star player that came, or one of our star players that came through the academy system has said, fuck this shit, I'm gone. What does that tell you about the state of this club? I'm just asking the question.
So I would like to see Luiso playing for Omonia. And if he don't play for Omonia, he should play in a better league, in a better club in Europe.
He has a valid point. You want to level up. You don't want to level down. It's like, sorry for the analogy, it's like dating a girl that's a 9 out of 10 and then you go to a 7 and a 6. I mean, she's got a nice personality. Or maybe she's got a rich dad. Fuck knows.
We would be supporting him 100%. And then, of course, you also have the timing of the transfer window, because to let one of your best players leave after the window was closed for us, and yes, we have a good squad, we have players who can play in this position, but we cannot now find a replacement for Luiso.
So much bollocks there for a start. Because it has been well known, well documented that the lad's contract runs out in May next year. Now, if by, for example, July the 1st this year, you haven't nailed him down to a new contract, the first thing you do is try to get a fee for him, and you start planning for a replacement. Whether it be in the summer or in January or the following summer. So they've known that there's always been a possibility that he's not going to renew his contract. So this, what he's just said, is bullshit. Utter fucking bollocks. Not having it. Sorry, mate. Not having it. You failed to prepare. So prepare to fail. And that goes for your mate. That goes for your mate as well, who you brought back. Because there have been several players proposed to Omonia that could play right wing. Several. And they said no. Listen, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I say it in members area. Now, don't have much time to replace Loizo? Well, you've had since the 1st of July when the window opened. If I want to be a little bit harsh, you've had since January Had since January. In fact, you, Mr. Berg, have had since the moment you signed that fucking contract to come back. But is this the club being arrogant, thinking, well, you know, he's going to sign eventually because we can play hardball with him? Or maybe he made promises to the club. Never know. But I'm leaning with the former, not the latter. I'm leaning towards, we fucked up. Leaning towards that. Now, regarding what Berg said about not having much time, well, we still got 17 days to bring in a player that left his club on a free transfer. Has been a free agent since when, the 6th of September, I believe. Quite a lot of players. Because again, you go in the members area, we actually did a full breakdown of players that are free transfers. And there are several players that are right wingers that can step in. But hey, we've got a good squad. And we've got the lad on loan from AEL. And we've got Tankovic now. So again, we're going to hear the same dross. This is their get out of jail card. If we don't find a replacement for Loizu, he's the one to blame for fucking up our preparations. He's the one that's at fault for everything. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Sorry, guys. I said before, facts do not give one fuck about feelings.
I was very happy to see Tassos today, of course. But when we sell players, we would like it to be done so we can bring in players to replace them.
Now, I'm going to sidestep a little bit. And again, I don't like to make comparisons, but just for argument's sake, how the fuck have Anorthosi been able to sign 24 players and we can't find one replacement for Loizu? Hey, I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, this is the coach, by the way, that after the Gudaisi, I think it was the first or second leg, he said, well, ideally, we'd like to have our squad ready during pre-season, but it's not possible because other clubs are signing players. True. But AEK sold Faraj and they signed fucking 3 or 4 wingers. So we couldn't do that? We couldn't anticipate the possibility of Loizu leaving? No? But hey, smoke and motherfucking mirrors.
For the window closes. So, but if players improve and do really well, we are happy for them to go and play in better leagues.
If the price is right, Mr. Berg. You did not say that. Just saying.
And better clubs. We fully understand. Because all players have dreams. And playing for Omonia is a dream. But also there are other levels.
Listen, sorry to go over old news, but was that the general feeling when Humble was attracting attention from a club in Portugal? Was that the thinking then? We're not going to stand in their way? Or are we just going to fuck about? Well, as I say, fuck about and find out, right?
Higher levels that, of course, players want to test themselves. This we understand 100%, but this is not the case now from the club that he has the offer. So that's why it's very difficult on a personal level for me. It's very difficult, I think, for the club as well. Because if he'd been to a top club somewhere else, it would have been much easier.
And that, boys and girls, that little sponda there is the reason why people on social media are going to start gunning the lad. That last bit there. Because I don't think he's realized what he said. I don't think he's realized the enormity of what he's just said there. Because even if Loizu is in the wrong, if he's in the right, whoever is wrong or right in this situation, saying that has just put a target on his back. Because what you're going to get now are fans saying, see, you didn't really love the club. You only went for the money. You didn't go to better yourself. And then there'll be eyes on him, and there'll be critics, and there'll be people saying, see, he on Sofa Score, he only got a 6.5 out of 10, and he's playing shit. And we'll see, this is what happens when you leave Omonia. You left Omonia, that's in the Conference League, to go to a club in Israel, and now you're suffering. That's the mentality that we're going to see from a lot of people. Now, me personally, I said before, I couldn't give a shit what he does. If he does well, great. If he doesn't, whatever. It is what it is. But I'll repeat what I said earlier. He ain't going to last a year there. And he'll go somewhere else. That's how it is. So there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. Or the pony. Or the whatever animal he wants to identify himself as. But again, narratives are being created. And do you know what? I might be way off base with the things that I've said. I might be wrong about a lot of things that I've said. This is my opinion. But you cannot ignore a lot of those things. Can't ignore it. Can't hide behind it. I'll repeat what I said earlier. And I'm going to reiterate what I said. The planning for this summer or this season has been atrocious. Atrocious. Sorry. There are several players that should not be at this club. There are several players that continuously get opportunities, irrespective of how shit they perform, irrespective of whether they give the ball away and concede goals domestically and for their national team. Captain Teflon, perfect example. There are players that aren't getting opportunities that should, and there are players that are getting too many opportunities that shouldn't. Now, is it favoritism? Is it nepotism? Could be. Are players overperforming in training and then stepping out on the pitch on match day and shit in the bed? Possibly. But the fact remains, boys and girls, as Mr. Berg said, Loizu does not want to be at this club anymore, and he wants to go to Hapoel Tel Aviv, a club that isn't on our level, isn't at a high level. So what does that tell you about this club? How it's been behaving? Chickens always come home to roost, don't they? They always do. There we go. In good old times, we moved to Upworld 2 years ago. We're lucky again. Yeah. Well, never know. Or maybe he'll just go and do what Gagol did. Play in Israel for a few months, and then come January, he goes to Ari. Never know. Or might go to Buffalo. You never know. Never know. Never say never. Right, I've done 53 minutes. Don't know what else to say. I just think that it's very, very difficult to have consistent positivity, isn't it? It really is, because we start the season with cracking wins in Europe. Cracking wins. And that that second leg against Wolfsberger, we fucking bodied them with 10 men. Bodied them. Put them on toast. But then domestically, we get Ethnigo and they shit the bed. The coach certainly fucking shit the bed with his team selection. And the players that came in, don't get me started. Don't get me started. So today was supposed to be the first day of our season, right? The first day of our league campaign. And it's been overshadowed by something that should have been resolved a long time ago. And again, I repeat what I said. You can blame the player, but you can certainly blame the club as well. And no amount of statements like that are going to help the situation. No amount of statements like that. Because let me tell you something, they could have handled that much, much better. Berg could have handled that much, much better. Now, granted, he was probably told, you know what, Heading, just say whatever you want because the lad doesn't want to stay. Say what you want because fuck it, he's gone. I get it. But I said before, that final bit, you're only adding fuel to the fire. You're only severing ties. And if it comes to a point where Loizu is no longer wanted at his new club, or maybe decides he wants to leave, would he want to come back to this? Would he? He ain't Christophe, is he? I'm just saying. Anyway, Wolfsburg beat Salzburg 3-1 today. Huh. Lovely. Did they beat Rapid Vienna though? Because we got them. Got Mainz is the first game, isn't it? Mainz at home. Anyway, boys and girls, I'm done. I might be back for the Ajax game. I'm not sure, depending on if Pedro can do it. If he can't do it, then you'll see my face again, and then that probably be the last time for a long time. Again, as I said, I only stepped in because Pedro had a bit of an emergency. So yours truly has shown his mug. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for being subscribers. Thank you for supporting the show. Don't forget, again, smash that like button, comment, like, subscribe, tell your NOUNA. And we have our members area for 99 cents a month and our Patreon for €3 a month with additional content coming out your ears. So yeah. Anyway, Ganechta, guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And we shall be back very soon. Laters, you cunts.